Give it up for my friend, Anaya Murray.
If you had asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, there was a high chance that I would have proudly said a princess. Like many young girls, I love dressing up and parading around the house in my ballet and princess costumes. I mean, in my 4-year-old mind, you couldn't have told me nothing. I was Princess Tiana. Now, okay, well, that's clearly not the case. What was clear is that I had a natural bent towards the arts. Growing up, I did ballet for a couple years. I sang in choir, I acted in plays, I dreamed of being on Broadway, and I even created a plan to move to LA. I was committed. But little did I know my whole world would change when my older sister started to explore computer science and coding. And I mean, it was crazy because my mom found Scratch, the world's largest computer science and coding community for kids. And from that moment on, my world was never the same. I mean, we love Scratch so much that we started an after-school program in our dining room with all of our friends. And that's actually, we met the Scratch team who's in Boston with MIT, and it was just such a cool experience. We created so many projects, and learning Scratch really made me feel like I could create anything. And computer science challenged me to think creatively in ways that I had never quite explored through the arts. Now, almost a decade later, I've learned multiple coding languages, and I've won awards for my computer science skills. But here's the thing. I've done it while continuing my passion and love for the arts. But my story isn't the norm. While girls do participate in the arts and other subjects like computer science, according to a Microsoft survey of girls in Europe, girls initially gain interest in STEM subjects by age 11, but then lose it by age 15. I mean, what's going on? And the crazy thing is that interest doesn't get recovered. On top of that, women make up only 30% of all STEAM jobs. Now, we've seen the way the world is going. Technology is all around us. I mean, if you couldn't send an email, if the Wi-Fi went down, what would your life look like that day? So it is crucial to get women in this industry, but why aren't they in it? Well, I think that girls need to see that they, one, need to have role models, and that through early exposure, they will be able to experience different type of opportunities and see themselves as mathematicians and scientists and engineers. And this brings me to one of my first little shout-out hero, Miss Karlie Kloss. Now, Karlie Kloss is not only a model, philanthropist, engineer, but also a coder. Now, her dad introduced her to his love and passion for science and technology and engineering at a young age. And after 7 years of modeling, she decided to take a coding class. Now, from an outside view, that must have seemed so random. Like, you're a supermodel, you're traveling all over the world, and you're taking a coding class. But you see that early exposure from a young age sprouted later on in life. And that's key. Girls don't need to go right off the bat and be scientists, engineers if they don't want to. But who knows? They could be a fashion designer, and then the person to cure cancer 10 years later. So that's the key. And another thing is I was actually able to participate in Karlie's 2-week camp and use skills to learn Apple's coding language, Swift. And with those skills, I was able to compete in the Code Crew Hackathon and win second place and win the Congressional App Contest, first place for that one. So as you see, Karlie took one coding class, and she started a whole nonprofit that teaches girls every day all over the world. So really this takes an initial interest at a young age, resources, and high quality impact that gets girls into tech and STEM. Now another hero is Macy Jamison. Now Macy Jamison was not only a doctor, engineer, and the first Black woman to be in space, but she also was a lover of the arts and actually wanted to be a dancer. And nothing could stop her from achieving her goals. Now, as a senior, I get the question a lot. What do I want to do? What do I want to major in? And I love the arts, and I love science, and yet I have to choose on my applications which one I want to do more. But I love them both. And this is what I love what Macy Jamison said, is that the difference between art and science is not that they are on different sides of the same coin, or even parts of a different continuum, but rather they are manifestations of the same thing. The arts and sciences are avatars of human creativity. Now, wow, I mean, reading that just inspired me and made me think, I don't have to choose. I could do science and the arts, and that's okay. And as shown by Carly, I mean, I could model for 7 years, take a coding class, start an organization. I mean, shoot, why not? And so that's the key, early exposure and seeing that you can do the arts, you can do science, you can do whatever you love, but computer science is something that can teach you creativity and problem solving and really is a good thing to have. And that's why in 2020, me and my sister started a girls' game jam. Now, all the girls did not know how to code. They had no coding experience at all. But at the end of the week, they had created projects that they were so proud of. And one parent in particular said that her daughter loved drawing, she loved to dance, she loved to act, and she loved sports. But after this, her mom said, I had never thought to expose her to anything like computer science. But now I will look for more opportunities like this for her. I mean, that's crazy. I just learned Scratch because I thought it was fun. And here I am inspiring other girls to get into technology. I mean, who knows what they'll do in 20, 30 years. And so another thing that Macy Jamison said is that sometimes parents squash students' dream because they themselves are scared of the science and the arts of science. And they said, you don't need to know the answers to engage kids. You just have to let them know it's important. And I just want to make it clear, my mom had no computer science knowledge. She didn't know how to code, but she knew how to research, and she found Scratch for us. She found resources. I mean, she would go to the library and take pictures of a bulletin. She would go on YouTube and look up people and go on Facebook and ask different groups. So here's the thing for parents. Just because you don't know how to do something doesn't mean your kid can't learn how to do it. Your inability to do something doesn't mean that your kid has the same inability. They can learn how to do it, just like my mom doesn't know how to code, but I do, because she got me resources. And that's really, really big. So parents, teachers, friends, aunts, uncles, cousins, anyone who's listening, please hear me out. Without women at the table, no one can solve the world's problems. The world's problems would not be complete with a whole half of the population missing from the table. And I mean, without women scientists and doctors and mathematicians, NASA wouldn't have sent men to the moon. There would not be mechanical dishwashers and x-rays and fireproof rifle-flaps. And anytime you type a command onto your computer, that's right, you could thank programming pioneer Grace Hopper. So it's clear. I mean, women can be scientists, doctors, artists, playwrights, filmmakers, scientists, mathematicians, and most importantly, all of these things. I mean, let's face it, no one can get into this world without a woman, so there should be no limitations on what they can do once they're here. Thank you.